Good weather. 4 ice cold lager. Worth waiting for.
Hello, I'm David Eastwood and I am the owner and brewer of the South Sea Brewing Company. I think there's a few things that make this business unique. For one, I'm pretty sure it's the only brewery that's in a castle. I enjoyed some parts of my old job, but I was always wanting to do something a bit more personal towards me. I've learned that there's more to the business than just brewing beer. The rise of craft beer and the amount of breweries that have popped up, it's sort of an answer to that whole thing. It's the whole thing of people becoming more aware that there are alternatives to just the one or the two big names or whatever. Most brewers that I speak to are very open-minded people, happy to share information and not afraid to sort of tell it how it is. If you go to a pub where they just sell real ale and craft beers, generally you could talk to anyone in the pub there and they'll be nice, kind people.
What do you think of local breweries? Is that something that you're more inclined to drink from?
I mean, yeah, I suppose. If it's on the tap and it says local brewery, that does help. Because there's like Invincible's a really nice local beer. Yeah. I was having that the other night, yesterday. But it's really good, local breweries. Because we get a good lot around here as well.
You know that?
I love breweries and I think we should have more of them.
Yep.
We should lower the alcohol tax so more can afford to exist.
Yeah.
And then we can drink more variety of beer.
Yeah.
And everyone's a winner.
My name's Malcolm Irving, and this is my brewery. My first brewing job was 25 years ago. Prior to that, I first sort of got, I guess, into brewing, or it came up on my radar when I was at careers at school, and we did a survey thing, what's called a cascade form, and the top job on the most recommended job for me was being a brewer, which at the time when I was 15 years old seemed kind of funny, but my dad's enthusiasm when I took the sheet home and showed him kind of showed me that this was quite an interesting thing to do. My brewery is in a strange situation because I always see myself as so heavily influenced by much more of the old-fashioned breweries, but of course I'm a small, relatively modern. We've only been going 9 years, so people kind of expect cutting-edge beers from me, but I very much aim towards more traditional styles. If I want to have a beer, I'll go out to the pub and I'll drink it. I see that as a fairly vital part of the community of the UK in total. We have a fantastic choice of beer, like nothing we've ever seen before. You'd go into a pub and you would see, let's say, two old boys that might be 70s, even 80s, who have been drinking, pretty much every week together, maybe 3 or 4 nights a week. They'll go out and they'll have 2 pints every single night, and they know exactly which beer they're having, they know exactly what that's about, and that might be the only thing that's getting them out of the house of a day. Now, it paints a sad picture, but I don't think so. I think it paints a picture of people who are going out and mixing in with the community and meeting other people, and by that rationale, meeting people of different ages and really bonding over the simplicity of just a pint. One of the things that constantly surprises me about my business and my business relationships is that how much I get on with my customers. It's a bit of a roller coaster setting up your own business, but it's incredibly fulfilling. The choice of beers and the range of beers, and most specifically the quality of beers, will never be better, and that can only improve.
So would you say, like at this beer festival in certain pubs, there's been an increase in the variety and things like that?
Well, I think definitely in Portsmouth, because you didn't usually have like Meat and Barrel or places like that. I think that's grown. Like when I was at uni, we didn't have places like that.
I think the future of craft beer is that it's here to stay. I think that as it grows, and it is growing, it's growing every year, craft beer is definitely growing.
There are now 1,800 breweries in the UK, and we'll probably see, I would guess it'll still go up. Over the next 10 years, it'll probably go up to 2,500 breweries in the UK.
I think it's going to be seen alongside well, I hope that it's seen alongside the big sort of multinational breweries as a sort of viable sort of alternative. So it's not just that little edge of the supermarket aisle that's just a few little rows of specialist beers. It's going to be there alongside all of the big names, the big breweries.
For the industry, and the big threat really is regards pubs.
Yeah.
Portsmouth used to be known for having the most pubs in like the whole of England, was it? Like one round every corner.
If we lose some of them, they don't come back. That's a major issue. So from the actual production point of view, things look great. We're going to produce fantastic beers over the next 20 years. And what I would hope is from the UK we'll be exporting fantastic beers, and we'll have beers of heritage as well.